Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dr. Muhibbullah Wazir. Now we start to discuss the muscle or pectoralis major muscle. I told you this big muscle is called as pectoralis major, being covered by fascia, which is called as pectoral fascia. When you clean it from the fascia, then you see the attachment of the muscle, and you see it yourself. It's very easy. Look, which is this bone? Clavicle. And what one is this bone? Sternum. Now you can see that this pectoralis major is attached over here to the anterior surface of the clavicle at its medial half. That is to the medial half of anterior surface of the clavicle. Then you can see it is attached to the anterior surface of the lateral part of the sternum. And then you can see from the sternum, it is attached to manubrium of the sternum as well as the body of the sternum. You can see yourself. And then you can see this white aponeurosis. This is the aponeurosis of external oblique muscle. The fibers also originate from this aponeurosis of external oblique muscle. In this way, you can see again, you look over here as well. You look, this is the clavicle and this is the sternum. The origin of pectoralis major from the anterior surface of medial half of the clavicle. This is called a clavicular head. And from the anterior surface of lateral part of the anterior surface of the manubrium and body of the sternum, that is called a manubriosternal head. And then the fibers originate from this aponeurosis of external. This is over here, the origin is not bony, but from the aponeurosis of the upper border of the aponeurosis of external oblique muscle. Sorry. And then these are four heads. Then deep to it, you can see these are the costal cartilages through which the ribs are attached to the sternum. Then slips also originate, one slip, another slip from these costal cartilages deep to this. You can't see because they are hidden. So in this way there are five heads: clavicular, manubrial, sternal, aponeurotic, and then from the costal cartilages. Okay, now then the muscle, you can see these fibers descend downward and laterally. These fibers passes straight away laterally, horizontally, and this fiber ascend upward and laterally. Note the difference. Descend downward and laterally, horizontally forward and upward and laterally. And these forms a tendon. Note the point. The tendon is bilaminar. These fibers, clavicular, these descend downward like this and form a thin lamina. And the other fibers, they pass, and they also make laminae with two laminae comes. And note the point, the pectoralis major is being attached over here. Now look, this is the bicipital groove or groove for the tendon of the biceps muscle. It is having this lateral edge or lateral lip, this medial edge or medial lip, and the depth of the groove or the floor of the groove. The pectoralis major muscle comes over here to be attached to this lateral lip of the bicipital groove by one lamina and by another lamina. Superficial lamina, two laminae comes over here to be attached to the lateral lip of bicipital groove. This is the insertion. Then one point to be noted again, that the lowest fiber, you look, these fibers which originate from aponeurosis, they ascend upward and turn like this. That's why you can see this border is rounded. It's not short. It turns upward and it is at the bicipital groove. These fibers are being attached highest of all. And even some fibers are attached to the capsule of the shoulder joint as well. In this way, the insertion is to the lateral lip of bicipital groove by two laminae, and some fibers are being attached over here to the capsule of the shoulder joint as well. Now note the point. All right. And at the same time, you note that when you clean the fascia from this area, you see number one, this pectoralis major, and number two, this anterior part of the deltoid, and in this groove over here, a very big vein is being present. Look over here, this deltopectoral groove. This is pectoralis major. This is the anterior fiber of anterior part of deltoid, and this is deltopectoral groove, and it lies one big vein which is called a cephalic vein. Its cephalic vein starts from over here and ascend upward, and it lies over here at the deltopectoral groove. Now note the point. The pectoralis major muscle originates from over here, look, and is being attached over here from medial. And note, the muscle is always acting by attraction. It does not act by pushing. So look, over here is pectoralis major, and this is insertion. So when it contracts, it will attract the humerus towards itself. Look. So this movement is number one, you can see it rotates medially toward the midline. And number two, it is being brought again toward the midline. So in this way, look, in an anatomical position, this is pectoralis major muscle coming over here. Its action is, look, this is adduction and medial rotation. The action of the muscle, you should always think yourself orientate, then it will be very easy for you to understand. Look, this is anatomical position. This is pectoralis major attached over here to the lateral bicipital groove. When it contracts, number one, it will medially rotate, and number two, it will bring the arm towards the midline. In this way, an adduction and medial rotation. Second point, note the point that some of the fiber, these fiber, the clavicular fibers, these lies anterior to the shoulder joint. Anterior. Now note the point that all the muscles which lies anterior to these joints, they are flexors except the knee. And all the muscles lying posterior to the joint, they are extensors except the knee. And so in this way, the highest fibers of pectoralis, the major, these lies anterior to the shoulder joint. That's why it also helps in flexion of the shoulder joint. In this way, action is adduction and medial rotation and flexion. Then lastly, when the arms are being fixed higher up in abducted position and the pectoralis major contract, it cannot bring the arms downward. Then what we will do, this attachment, that is at its originating end, it will elevate the ribs like this because it cannot bring the arm downward. So in this way, it helps in inspiration by elevating the ribs. And lastly, don't forget that if the arms are being fixed higher up, and the brain aims that when the pectoralis major muscle contract and the arms are being fixed, it do not bring downward, then this pectoralis major acting with this latissimus dorsi, these two muscles, pectoralis major and latissimus dorsi, when both acting, instead of bringing the arms downward, it lifts the body up, which is called as climbing. So in this way, it is also a climbing muscle. Then, what is the nerve supply of this muscle? This muscle, pectoralis major, is supplied by two nerves. Lateral pectoral nerve, a branch of lateral chorda brachial plexus, and medial pectoral nerve, a branch of medial chorda brachial plexus. Okay, it is supplied by two nerves. This is all about pectoralis major. Thank you.